Right now we're about to go meet up with Jay-Z Rides, not to be confused with JMC Rides, and MDG Collections. Now Jay-Z Rides is a brand new YouTube channel. He just took delivery of his brand new 2018 JL Wrangler Rubicon, same color as mine. I figured getting a JK Rubicon side by side with that one probably make an awesome video. Good morning guys, welcome to JMC Rides. I'm John. Behind me I got Mike from MDG Collections and Jay-Z Rides also. He's actually kind of new on YouTube. He hasn't uploaded any videos yet, but he just bought a really beautiful ride. He's going to be uploading videos soon. I'm going to be putting a link to his YouTube channel in the description below. So definitely check him out and subscribe for more of these Jeep videos. Today, as you can see, I got two beautiful Jeeps behind me. You got the one you guys are already familiar with, the 2017 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon Hard Rock. And now we got the 2018, right? Not 19? Yeah, 2018 JL Wrangler. Not only is it a Rubicon, but it's also in the same exact color as mine, granite crystal. We're gonna do a little walk around with Jay-Z Rides. He's gonna tell us about some of the options that he ordered on this Jeep. And at the end of the video, we'll also let you guys know how much this Jeep costs, optioned out with the way you see it here on video. And tell us about some of the options he got.
Like James mentioned, this is the steel bumper group. It's a $1,300 option. It's set up to put a.
Well, I thought this was stock on the JLs. It's not stock.
It is. That's the.
No, I know, but
it's an upgrade. It's an option. Yeah,
oh,
it's an
okay.
option.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, so you actually had to pay extra for this. You could get, if you plan on doing an aftermarket bumper, you can get the plastic bumper and not have to pay that $1,300 upgrade. A lot of people they'll do that. They won't waste their time getting this. But this, if you want that stock bumper look, you could still put a winch on here. You just got to buy the winch plate. You could put the stinger on here as well. Unfortunately, the bolts are in a slightly different position than the last model, so you can't put the Maximus 3 stinger on here, which is my favorite one. But there are a couple options out there right now. This is brand new, just came out in January, so I would imagine in another few months there will be more options out there. As you can see, the grille they changed. It's still that iconic grille dating back to 1941, but it is a little larger on the JL. This has the LED light option, so you have LED headlights. They're not HIDs, they're LEDs. And then you have LED light, daytime running lights in the fenders, where you'll see underneath the LED running lights are your turn signals. So the turn signals have been moved off the grille, now they're on the fenders. So that's one thing. If you decide to go with aftermarket fenders, you'll lose the daytime running lights, which to a lot of people is not a big deal. But more importantly, you're going to lose the turn signal, so you'll have to.
So hold on, when you have your turn signals, your daytime running light doesn't blink or anything like that either.
So the daytime running light will actually shut off on that side.
Okay.
And it'll be just a turn signal, so it's more visible.
So I wonder what guys are going to do, because a lot of people that go off-road are probably going to want to take off those fenders and go with the flat ones.
Exactly.
So they're going to have to figure that one out, I guess.
Right, so that's something that they're going to have to figure out.
Well, they'll probably just do something similar like I did. Like on mine, it has like a little tiny light in there that's black, and I'm sure it'll just use existing wiring. It probably wouldn't be that big of a deal. Mine's just like a little tiny one.
Right.
All right.
Okay, so the hoods, as you'll notice, it's the same style, slightly different than the JK model, but it's the same style hood that carried over from the JK to the JL. The Rubicon lettering, again, very similar, slightly different. Mine's just a little thicker.
Yep.
I guess they wanted to pop a little more. Also one with the stubby antenna.
How's your signal with the radio?
I didn't notice any loss of radio signal.
I'll tell you, on mine, I also have like a similar stubby one like that, but my radio signal sucks with that antenna.
Yeah, with that one, the biggest complaint with that is there is a loss of reception.
Yeah.
This one is a little taller. This is a 15-inch versus your 13-inch.
All right.
And it's a different rubber.
Yep.
It doesn't really bend. It'll wiggle a little bit, but it's very quiet on the highway. You don't even hear it. MDG was sitting. MDG was sitting, in the passenger seat, and at 55 miles an hour on the highway, you didn't hear anything, right?
Exactly.
It's quiet.
Yeah, the complaint that everybody had with the other ones too is that it was so tall that when you're off-roading, the branches are hitting it and smacking against the windshield.
Right. So this stubby will do everything. This is from Quadratech, which is a very well-known retailer of Jeep parts. It's their brand, so you can only buy it through them. It's exclusive to Quadratech. Okay. I guess moving to the sides. So now you'll notice one of the big changes is the fenders. So when Jeep designed this Rubicon, they actually lifted the fenders up about a couple inches from the last model. This way you can just throw 35s on here and you don't have to lift. You don't have to upgrade suspensions, axles. You don't have to do anything. You can throw them on.
That's a huge deal too. I mean, you guys know with the 35s, everybody who wants 35s on a JK, I mean, to do it the right way, a lot of people would have to get the C gussets to kind of strengthen up on the front axle. You would need to do a lift. Now with the JL, you get a Rubicon, you could just literally throw on 35s and you're ready to go. No other changes. It's so cheap now, and 35s is, in my opinion, probably the most popular tire size too. Really is.
35s are ideal for daily driving. I mean, if this was strictly an off-road vehicle, I probably would go with the 37s. They do look cool.
To be honest with you though, your 35s, just about almost anything I do with my 37s, you could still probably do with your 35s.
Exactly.
I mean, it's gonna be very minimal.
But if you would have put 37s, then you would have to lift. I'm kind of happy with the height it is right now. Yeah. It is 1 inch taller from the factory without the tires than the last model.
Yeah.
I think it's 73 inches tall versus 72 inches. So it did lift it an inch. Yeah. And then with the lifted fenders, that's even more. So you can just throw the 35-inch tires right on and not have to do anything. It's like putting on this antenna.
Yeah.
You unscrew the old one, you screw in the new one. With this one, take off the old one, slap on a new one.
I mean, I love having the 37s, but again, for a daily driver, I would definitely recommend 35s. My gas mileage definitely suffers with the 37s. And I think a lot of people that go to 37s, it's kind of more of an ego thing. Because when you're at the red light and another JK pulls up to you, you want to be the guy that has the bigger tires. It's kind of stupid, but I mean, it does, I don't know. I like the way it looks. But as a daily driver and weekend off-road vehicle, 35s is the way to go.
So these are the Cooper STT Pro tires in the 305 70 18 size. And the reason why I went with the 305 70 versus the 35 by 12.5 is the diameter. This is more of a true 35-inch tire versus the 35 by 12.5. All of those are 34.5 inches to 34.7 inches in diameter. But if you look at the actual diameter of this is 592 revolutions per mile, which translates to 35.08 inches in diameter. So you get a little bit more, brings you a little closer to a 37, nice. Not quite a 37, but it allows you to go a little bit bigger without going to a 37.
Thanks, zoom in and give you a shot with these tires real quick. Look very nice.
These tires are, for a mud tire, silent on the highway. There is a little bit of hum, that's going to happen because of the spacing.
Yep. That's also very important. A lot of people for a daily drive, they don't want to deal with that loud noise.
Exactly. I mean, if you want that quiet Lexus ride, stay away from this. Get an all-terrain tire in a 35-inch. You could do some off-roading, but this thing is going to get right up the hills with ease. So the wheels are 18 by 9 Ultra Extreme 107, and this is a 0 offset. One of the things with the JL Rubicon versus the JK is the axle is a little beefier in the JL, so it's about an inch wider in the JL, which means if you want to go with the more aggressive wheel like the JK with a -12 offset, that means it's going to push your tire further out from the fender. This is aggressive, but not too aggressive.
What was the offset on yours?
This is 0 offset.
0 offset.
So the back spacing is around 5 inches. If you go with a -12 in 18 by 9, your back spacing is going to drop down to 4.5 inches, which is going to push the tire further out from the fender. Right now, as you can see, it sticks out about 1.5 inches from the fender. Yeah. So it's still aggressive.
Nice off-road look.
Exactly. It still fills in the wheel well more. It's still aggressive. If you stand in front and that's coming at you, it looks badass. Yeah. But it's not sticking way out, as it would if you went with a -12 offset. So a lot of guys who are upgrading from a JK to a JL, you can put the same wheels and tires that'll fit on this, but it's going to stick out more. So just keep that in mind. Something to think about. So these are the stock rails for the Rubicon, for the 2018 JL Rubicon. I am going to upgrade to rock sliders from the rock rails.
Yeah, he already has them on order, guys. So if you want to see which rock sliders he went with in the JL, make sure you subscribe to his channel. That modification is already on the way.
So the new ones are going to be a little more flush with the fender, and it's going to add just a little step to get in because it is kind of high up. And then it'll also it'll offer a little bit of protection of rocks kicking up from this mud tire and hitting the side. So that's another added benefit. You know, for someone my height, it is a little difficult to get in. But someone who's short, you know, 5'2", 5'3", they're gonna have a hard time getting in. I mean, you have the grab handles, but to lift your leg up, it is kind of high off the ground.
Those are stock grab handles?
Yeah, those are stock, stuff like that.
I don't know if I wouldn't trust hanging from these though. I mean, yeah, because it wobbles a little bit. I don't know. Because if your Jeep was lifted like mine,
yeah.
Because I can literally hang from mine,
right?
And I'm a big guy. I can move the whole Jeep with this one.
I think it's pretty good. Yeah. Another little added protection that Jeep actually put in here is you got 3M tape going up and down this,
nice.
Going up and down the fender.
Yep.
If you notice with the JK fenders, one of the issues was the black fenders, the unpainted fenders, they would fade over time.
Yes.
And also, if you painted it, you would get a lot of rock chips here. You know, it is an off-road vehicle, so it is expected some damage would occur, but to some people that bother them. So this little 3M tape, they just slapped it on there as a courtesy, and it'll protect your fenders.
The door handles, I also noticed, have a little button now. I'm assuming it's just like a regular to unlock the door, right?
So this is a smart key.
Okay.
This has remote proximity, keyless entry, so all this has to be is in your pocket.
Gotcha.
And it'll unlock.
Yeah, they added a lot more gadgets on these JLs compared to the JK.
Exactly.
I'm curious to see over time though if your door handles kind of fade, because on my 2017 you can already see my Jeep's not even a year old and it's already fading. Now there's products out there to fix that. I have them at home. That's another future video coming on the way.
You can even cover this with vinyl. A lot of people cover them with vinyl now, so if the fading bothers you, you can always throw a carbon fiber or something else on there. And then if you want to lock it,
have you had a chance to take
work.
the doors off your Jeep yet or no?
Not yet. There you go. No, not yet. This is brand new. I just did 1,000 miles, and it's been on a few road trips, so that's why the miles have hit 1,000 already. But I really haven't had the time to mess around with this yet. I just took the top off, just the first 2 panels off, but I haven't taken the rest off.
You know, to be honest, I mean, the other top on mine, I took it off the first day I got it just to take off the soft top. That thing's a pain in the ass to take off. I mean, you definitely need 2 people, I think.
Yeah,
I've seen a few videos of one guy carrying it, but he's got super strength. That shit's, it's not that it's super heavy. It's
gotta be like NDG over here.
Yeah, you gotta be like this guy.
You gotta have those arms.
Because it's a little awkward trying to lift it because you don't have like a good place to like, grab them by.
Exactly. Another thing is they made the top lighter than the JK, so they definitely shaved some weight off of it. Good. So one person could try to take it off if you're strong enough and if your arms are wide enough. You could take it off by yourself. But I also have.
Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online, my city don't show me no loving, that's fine. Fuck local radio stations, I got more plays than all of these rappers combined. I'm going again, I've been going in, I'm fed up with so many things, I gotta just let it all out. I'm talking about the shit they've been talking about, telling me I should do this, telling me I should do that, telling me things about rap, talking the truth and that stab in my back, they will knock me off track. No, too many things have been building, been hard to deal with, I just been drinking. Remember my moves in the past, I'm wondering what was I thinking. Lately I'm living in fear, wondering what if the end is so near. All of this shit going on, the shootings are strong. One shot to the head and I'm gone. I'm losing control but I can't let it go, cause I'm trying to get more in. I've been in the moment, I've been in the zone, and I'm moving alone. I don't pick up the phone when my family call, I've been doing it wrong and I don't know what's happening. Trying to get what I just been imagining, getting close and I just been examining all of the fake shit the game has been packaging. I've been keeping it real, I've been doing